SQA National 5 Maths 2023 Paper 2, the whole exam solutions. Let's get straight into it. SQA National 5 Maths 2023 Paper 2 Question 1. A caravan was bought for £20,000, depreciated by 11%, then depreciated by 6% for the next 2 years. What's it worth after 3 years? So if it went down by 11%, 100 minus 11 is 89%, which is 0.89, and 100 minus 6 is 94%, which is 0.94. So I need to do £20,000 times 0.89 for the first year times 0.94, but to the power of 2, because that's over 2 years. That gives us a total of 15,728.08. SQA National 5 Maths 2023 Paper 2 Question 2. The mass of helium atom is 6.64 times 10 to the minus 24. A flask contains 300 grams of helium. How many atoms are in the flask? So to get the number of atoms in the flask, I need to do 300 grams divided by 6.64 times 10 to the minus 24. So since these numbers are so big, chances I calculate will just give you the answer in scientific notation. 4.518 times 10 to the 25. That equals 4.52 times 10 to the 25. And we're done there. SQA National 5 Maths 2023 Paper 2 Question 3. The diagram shows part of a football pitch. The penalty spot is marked at C. AB is an arc of a circle. Radius 9.5. Calculate the length of the arc. Arc length. So arc length is just angle 106 degrees out of 360 degrees times by pi times by diameter. So diameter, well, the radius is 9.15, so the diameter is 9.15 times 2, which is 18.3. So times 18.3. That gives me a total of 16.9279 meters, or you could round it to just 16.9 meters, I suppose. And we're done there. SQA National 5 Maths 2023 Paper 2 Question 4. The diagram shows triangle JKL. It tells you angle KJL is 25. JL is 10, KL is 7. Calculate the size of angle JKL. So JKL is up here. So it's this angle it wants. So it looks like this is a sine rule because you've got opposite, 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 opposite. So I can say, just remember from the start of the exam paper, A over sine A is B over sine B is C over sine C. So the information I've got is 7 over sine 25 equals opposites 10 over sine K. So we can do 7 times sine K is 10 times sine 25. So that means it's sine K is 10 sine 25 over 7. So let's work that one out. 0.6037 4. So K is the inverse sine of my answer. Which is equal to 37.1 degrees. Or you'd probably find with just 37 because of every numbers to two significant figures in the question. Question 5. The logo consists of a H shape and a regular decagon, 10 sides, decade. The diagram represents the logo. Calculate the size of a shaded angle, which goes from here to here in this diagram, okay? So, well, the first part's easy, that's a right angle. But the next part, we need to calculate the size in here. So, let's start dealing with this decagon. We need to know these angles really. So a decagon is a 10-sided shape. So in the middle, if I do 360 divided by 10, I get 36 degrees. So I now know that this bit in here is 36. And these are isosceles triangles, so I can work out each of these angles here by doing 180 minus 36. That's 144. 144 divided by 2 then is 72. So each of these angles on the outside is 72. I need to know how far it is from here to here. Well, I don't know this angle, but I know that all the way around this point will be 360. 90, 180, so, or that angles on a straight line out to 180. Minus 72 minus 72, or minus 2 lots of 72, 36 again. So I now know that this little one in here is 36. And therefore, the size of the shaded angle is equal to 90 plus 36, which is 126 degrees. And we're done there. SQA National 5 Maths 2023, Paper 2, Question 6. Nadeem bought a flat last year. The value of that has increased by 8%. It's now worth 94,500. How much did he pay for the flat? There's no time in this question, so it's a reverse percentage. So it's increased by 8%, so that means that 94,500 equals 108%. So to get back to 100%, I just do 94500 divided by 1.08, changing that to a decimal. Or you can divide by 108 and times by 100 if you prefer. That gives me a grand total of 87,500. SQA National 5 Maths 2023, Paper 2, Question 7. Change the subject of the formula P equals a third of mn minus r to m. So let me just write that one out. 1/3 mn minus r. Okay, so let's collect some terms to get the thing with m on its own. So I want to add r to both sides. So p plus r is a third of mn. And now we can deal with this fraction because we've got m on its own. We've connected to a bunch of stuff. So if I times both sides by 3, I'll get 3 times p plus r equals mn. And we want to change it to m, so we get 3 times p plus r over n equals m. Or m is 3 times p plus r over n. We could expand the bracket as well. If you did that, you would get 3p plus 3r over n, but we should be able to do that. SQA National 5 Maths 2023, Paper 2, Question 8. A wooden beam is used to support a wall on a horizontal ground, as shown in the diagram. The edge of the beam is 8 meters long. C is at the foot of the wall. A is 7. B is 4 meters from C. Determine whether the wall is perpendicular to the ground. The word perpendicular means at right angles. So we're just doing Pythagoras, the converse of Pythagoras. So what we need to check is, does 7 squared plus 4 squared equal 8 squared? So let's just keep it separate because we're checking. So let's do 7 squared plus 4 squared on this side. And let's do 8 squared on that side. So in a calculator, 7 squared plus 4 squared is equal to 65. But 8 squared is equal to 64. So since 7 squared plus 4 squared does not equal 8 squared, then by the converse of Pythagoras, or just by Pythagoras, not a right angle, triangle, and then to make the context of the question, therefore, or right therefore, the wall is not perpendicular to the ground. SQA National 5 Maths 2023, Paper 2, Question 9. A concrete block is in the shape of a large pyramid with a small pyramid removed. The large pyramid has a square base of 90, as you can see. The small pyramid has a square base of length 40 and a height of 48. The whole block has a height of 60. calculate the volume of the block. So a big pyramid minus a small pyramid. So go to the start of the exam paper and check the formula for a pyramid. You will see that it is a third of the area of the base times the height. So the volume of a pyramid is a third times the area times the height. So our big pyramid we'll start off with, that's a third times. Now the large pyramid's got 90 on the bottom square base, so 90 times 90. And the height, 60 plus 48 is 108. So just get a calculator to work that out. 291,600 centimeters cubed, I suppose. And then the small one, that's going to be a third times 40 times 40 times the height of that pyramid, which is 48. That gives us a total of 25,600. Volume of the block is just a takeaway. 291,600 minus 25,600, 266,000 centimeters cubed. SQA National 5 Maths 2023 Paper 2 Question 10. Express 7 over x minus 3 minus 2 over x as a fraction in simplest form. So 7 over x minus 3 minus 2 over x. I'll put brackets around that. Common denominator means we times these together. So our x over x minus 3. So we can do this one's been times by x. So it's 7 times x is 7x. And this one's been times by x minus 3. So it's take away 2 times x minus 3. Brackets are important. So then we can expand the brackets on the top. 7x minus 2x minus 2 times minus 3 is plus 6. No need to expand the bottom. So that gives me 7x minus 2x is 5x plus 6 over x minus 3. And we check if we can factorise the top to simplify further, but we can't, so we're done. If you expanded that to x squared minus 3x, you'd probably be fine as well. SQA National 5 Maths 2023 Paper 2 Question 11. Anna has a grandfather clock in her house. The height of the tip of the hour hand above the floor in centimetres is given by h is 20 cos x plus 147. Trigonometry equation then, where x is the angle the hour hand was rotated since 12 o'clock. Calculate the first two values for x for which the tip of the hour hand is 150 centimetres above the floor. So I'm just saying that 20 cos x plus 147 is equal to 150 because that's the height. So we now need to solve that. So taking 147 for both sides, we get 20 cos x is equal to 3. Dividing through by 20 then, cos x is 3/20ths. And then we use the inverse cos. Inverse cos of 3/20ths in a calculator is 81.373. 81.373. Or we could just say what that is 81.4 degrees, but that's 1. So now we need our cast diagram. Our cos was positive, so we need to do 360 minus 81.4. To 78.6 degrees. SQA National 5 Maths 2023 Paper 2 Question 12. Simplify this. So that's algebra that we need to factorise. So the top's the difference of two squares. So it's x plus the square root of 6 is 4. X minus 4. And the bottom one is a trinomial. So it's double brackets. X in the first place, which is x squared. Two numbers at times to make 20. But add to make 1. So that's going to be 5 and 4. And it's a negative 20, but a positive 1. So it's plus 5 take away 4 is plus 1. 5 times minus 4 is minus 20. And you'll notice then you've got x minus 4 on the top and bottom, so they can cancel each other out to leave a final answer of just x plus 4 over x plus 5. And we're done there. SQA National 5 Maths 2023 Paper 2 Question 13. Simplify 2 sine squared x plus 2 cos squared x. Well, we only know two trig identities. Sine divided by cos is tan. Sine squared plus cos squared equals 1. Well, that looks like sine squared plus cos squared, so let's see if we can factorise it. 2 is a common factor. Sine squared x then times cos squared x. But since we know that that's 1, that equals 2 times 1, which is 2. And we're done there. SQA National 5 Maths 2023 Paper 2 Question 14. A storage unit is built in the shape of a cuboid as shown. It has a length of x plus 7, a breadth of x, and a height of 2, and the volume is 45. We have to show that 2x squared plus 14x minus 45 equals 0. Relatively standard question this by now. We can write an expression for the volume and make it equal to 45. So the volume of a cuboid, length times breadth times height. So let's just write that down. We've got x times x plus 7 times 2, and that equals 45. So expanding the brackets, well, we've got 2x times x plus 7, I suppose, equals 45. 2x times x is 2x squared. 2x times 7 is 14x, and that equals 45. Or taking the 45 to the other side, we get 2x squared plus 14x minus 45 equals 0. And we're done there. Part B, calculate x, the breadth of the storage unit, give your answer to 1 decimal place. So the hint here is it's a quadratic. 1 decimal place means we're using the quadratic formula. So from the start of the exam paper, x equals minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. And in this case, my a is equal to 2, my b is equal to 14, and my c is equal to negative 45. So we get x equals minus 14 plus or minus the square root of 14 squared minus 4 times 2 times 45, what's a minus 45, all over 2 times 2. That means that x equals minus 14 plus or minus the square root of, you get your calculator out and work out 14 squared minus 4 times 2 times minus 45. You've got 196 for 14 squared. 4 times 45 is 180 times 2 is 360. Minus times a minus is a plus. So it's plus 360 all over 2 times 2, which is 4. So we get x equals minus 14 plus or minus the square root of 556 over 4. So we get a calculator out for x equals minus 14 plus 556 over 4. And x equals minus 14 minus root 556 over 4. So using our calculator for the first one, bracket minus 14 plus the square root of 556, all divided by 4 is 2.39, but to 1 decimal place, 2.4. And then for the other one, we've got minus 14 minus root 556 divided by 4. We've got x equals minus 9.39. And I'm not even going to round that one because this is a round for breadth, so that isn't the one we're going to use because you can't have a negative length. So therefore our only answer is 2.4 metres, and we're done there. SQA National 5 Maths 2023 Paper 2 Question 15. AC is perpendicular to BC, AB is 18, BD is 6, BC is 8. The area of a triangle is 160. Calculate the length of AE. Area of a triangle. Right, let's start with that then. Area of a triangle is a half AB sine C. And by A and B we mean the two lines over the angle. Now, it's we don't know this angle, but we do know this length here, which is 18 plus 6. So we know the whole area, we know this length, and we have to calculate this length. So if we knew this angle, we'd be good to go, because we could just work backwards. Well, that angle's fine. Sine of this angle, let's call it theta. Sine theta is equal to the opposite, 8 over the hypotenuse 18, just from SOHCAHTOA, not basic trig. So I can replace sine C with 8 over 18. So that means our area is equal to a half times this length, 18 and 6 is 24, times this length, which is A to E, I suppose we could call it. I'll just call that AE for clarity, times our sine of the angle in between, which is this one, which is 8 over 18. But remember, our area is 160. So a half of 24 is 12. So we've got 12 times 8 over 18 times E equals 160. So we can work on that. 12 times 8 is 96. So we get 96 over 18 times some side AE equals 160. So rearranging that then, AE must equal 18 times 160 divided by the top of 96. 18 times 160 divided by 96 is 30. So our length is 30 centimetres. This has been Claire Maths. Today we went through the SQA National 5 Maths 2023 exam paper 2. Hope you found that useful and helpful. Good luck, stay safe and take care.